Hi everyone, Lisa Marie here. I just wanted to share a little on how I am setting my intentions and goals for the year and connecting to these intentions and goals in a more intuitive way, connecting to the unconscious desires, making them conscious by working with symbols in a creative way that allows the energy to just come forward instead of being more, in the mind and forcing an intention or a goal to come forward. A lot of times the conditioning can override and we can focus on things that really aren't for us. And right now, intention setting and goal setting should really come from a more intuitive place, connecting to our unique selves in that way, our own unique and individual frequency. So not really looking at like what everybody else is doing or what the normal intentions or goals are for, a new year, ushering a new year in. Because a lot of times we make these, like, for example, exercise goals or, fitness goals, and they're short-lived. So if we can connect deeply to ourselves and let the unconscious desires and using symbols and creative ways to connect with this, to bring it more, I would say, like, instead of being so linear about it, so strategic about it, it's more being in the flow and seeing what comes. So there's different ways that you can connect with this energy to know what intentions to set, what goals to set, whatever word you choose to use. Let me show you that I did a quick presentation to kind of help me organize my thoughts. So one of the things that I am exploring is sigils. And so I just kind of wanted to do a quick presentation on setting your sigil for the new year 2021. So this is what myself and my family will be doing. We've done a lot of little, rituals, but I feel like this is really bringing and synchronizing the various rituals that I've done, kind of bringing it all together into one, simplifying it. So what are sigils? Sigils are symbols with mystical or magical meaning. So it's like, pick your words, what resonates with you. So mystical, magical, I love those words. And you can, say intentions if you don't connect with mystical or magical. You can just say, think of it as a symbol with power in the intention or the goal that you want to place, right? So these symbols represent this personal intention or goal, okay? And it's a great way to connect with it creatively. And when we are using symbols, we are using the right brain. And the right brain is how we are intuitively connecting to our unconscious selves, our desires, bringing it forward in a very intuitive way. These personal intentions or goals are typically one sentence or one phrase. So carefully, if you want to do a little journaling on this, like one exercise could be, if you are right-handed, pick up the pencil or pen in your left hand and practice just anything that comes to mind, any just words like, I don't know, health, career, relationship, love, healing, like whatever comes to mind, just jot that down and then try to work a sentence or a phrase around these descriptive words. That would be a great place to start. And then, of course, if you're left-handed, write with your right hand and see what happens. So here's some more sigil examples. And you'll see how these are quite, built from the ground up. So we'll go over the meanings behind all these. But it just kind of gives you, an example of what some of the sigils look like when they're done. And then also, these are really lovely zodiac sigils. So you can just Google, or you can use one of these images. So for example, for the year, if you know where Pluto, what house Pluto is in, you can look to that house and, you know, say Pluto is going to be in the 5th house for you. The 5th house is Leo. And so we can look at this symbol here, Leo, and you can incorporate the Leo symbol into your sigil drawing. If you don't know your birth chart, you can always use your sun sign if you want. So if your sun sign is Taurus, you know, you can use the Taurus sigil. So if you feel very connected to astrology, or your moon sign, your sun sign, or in particular Pluto, because Pluto represents the soul, you can look to see what house Pluto is going to be transiting during 2021. You can also look at your solar return chart, if you know what that is, to see what you're going to be working on for the year as well, and incorporate this in. Let's see. Oh, and then also I love numerology. I'm a Virgo rising, so numerology, of course, I feel connected to. And if you know what the year vibration will be for you for 2021, this is a good thing to incorporate also in your sigil. So to calculate this, you're going to use the birth month plus the birth date plus the new year. So how we're going to do this is, so for example, 2021, 2 plus 2 plus 1 equals a 5. So 2021 vibrates to the number 5. And there's a whole intuitive numerology series that I'm going to be sharing with you this year. I've shared with some of you already. But each number has a specific vibration, and it also is connected to a color. So for 2021 being a 5, the color is blue, in case you're wondering. So for example, my birth month is January, so that would be a 1. My birth date is 30, so that would be a 3, because we're always going to break the numbers down if we can. And then so 1 plus 3 plus 5 is a 9. So I'll creatively take the number 9, and also that number has a color. So for me, it's gold. 9 vibrates to gold color. And there is a whole theme behind what a 9 is. It's actually a completion of the whole cycle. So I will be incorporating, there we are. I will be incorporating the number 9 into my sigil when I do that tonight. Okay. So if you have any questions on this, please let me know. It's pretty simple. Your birth month, your birth date, add the number 5, and then you'll know what your year is going to vibrate to, what number. And then you can also, you can message me, I can answer questions, but you can Google, like, you know, numerology, yearly number for 2021, and then they even have a calculator online if you're struggling with this, and it has the whole meaning behind it, like what is the year going to be about. So that can also help you with whatever words, descriptive words you wrote down, like intentions and goal setting. You can use the zodiac signs, and then you can use numerology, what number vibration you'll be at for the year, and you can bring it all together and synchronize it and have fun with it, and please don't overthink it. Okay, so some other fun things that are good to know when you're doing the sigil is also some common marks and symbols. So for example, diamond represents success, prosperity, wealth. An open heart, so you would draw a heart, but leave it a little open, right? Somewhere on the heart, leave it a little open. And this will is to bring love into your life. And then an upward arrow is upward momentum and growth. A wavy line is a smooth journey and a pleasant movement. Dots, resources and new possibilities. Star, direction, success, protection. Asterisk is an inspiration, potential, and blessings. Triangle, foundation, wisdom. Crescent moon, waxing or waning, is protection, gathering. circle, community, completion, unity. And so for the circle one, I want to synchronize this and bring in a circle because I will be a 9 this year, which is the completion of the cycle. So I'm going to add also a circle. So do you see how it works? I is focus, insight, guidance, and cross is health, target, and crossroads. So if you wrote down health, a cross symbol would be a good addition to the sigil that you're going to draw. Okay? So hopefully this is helpful. I'm really excited to do this. So once you have your intention, your sentence, your phrase, we want to declare it in present tense. So the example I'm going to give is very short, very simple, but you can obviously have a much longer one. Although I would really love for you to keep it as simple as possible, okay? So the example here is I am, because you want present tense. We're giving this power, we're declaring it, right? So instead of I want to be healthy for 2021, we're going to say I am healthy, okay? Or, you can elaborate on that, whatever your intention or goal is there, right? Then, okay, so we're just gonna stick with this example because it's nice and simple. I am healthy, so you need to say this out loud. You can even chant it, sing it, whatever feels good, whatever resonates, whatever is your unique style, right? You can tweak this however you need to tweak it to make it yours. That's what's so beautiful about being creative, right? So we're gonna, if we were to write this down, we're gonna write down I am healthy, right? That's the intention or the goal for the year. And we're gonna remove all the vowels. So we're gonna scratch out the A, we're gonna scratch out the E, and we're gonna scratch out the A. And then we're also, in this case, on healthy, that Y is considered a vowel, so we're gonna scratch that out. Okay, so all the letters that are left over is what we're gonna use to draw the sigil. Okay, so we're going to use the I and the M and the H and the L and the T and the H. Okay, so we're going to use those. We're incorporating that into our symbol. Plus, so if this were mine, I would add a circle. I would add the Leo symbol because I have Pluto going through my 5th house. And I will add a number 9. And then the other thing is color. So for me, when I think about all this coming together and trying to synchronize it for myself, the 9 stands out to me because not only is this year a 9, but my whole entire life path is a 9. So the 9 vibrates to a gold. So I have a gold Sharpie, and this is what I will use to draw my sigil. So what I'll probably do is I'll practice on something, or maybe I won't, because if you want to be more intuitive, connecting and in the flow, just go for it, right? So however you feel about it, okay? You can have fun with it, explore it, and then do it, or you can just go for it, right? Okay, so let's see. Get creative, don't overthink it, right? Right. And then, okay, so I'm gonna do a gold pen, and then the next thing is once you have your sigil, once you're all done through the process, my family and I every year have done it's a eco-friendly Chinese sky lantern. So these open up quite big, and then they have a little wax thing on the bottom that you light. So I am going to draw my sigil on here, and I could even put it on a very thin piece of paper and maybe glue it on or tape it on if I wanted. But this is how I'll do it. I'll draw the sigil, and then later tonight at midnight, we will, each of my family members will do one of these lanterns. We'll draw our sigils. And if someone, in the family doesn't want to do it, that's fine. They can just do the lantern and think it to themselves, whatever it is. But this is the fun. This is the sigil that we're creating. And it's only if you want to do it, right? It's if you want to be creative, try something new. Okay. So basically, once this is drawn, right, and there's different ways that you can do that. This is the way that I'm doing mine tonight, but it's overall, the message that I want you to hear the loudest is it's not about what you do, really not about what you're doing. It doesn't matter. What matters is the actual intention that you're setting. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter if you don't do anything at all. You know, you're just setting intention within yourself. Maybe you want to meditate or just say something out loud or chant something, but you don't even have to draw something. It's only if you want to explore and do something new, just for fun. It's for fun. So, like I said, the main point the main takeaway is just, it's about setting the intention itself. Okay. And then once you have this, if you've done the sigil, you can write it on paper, or any kind of paper, get creative if you want, and then burn it, right? And then another fun way is to somehow draw, or maybe you have a plate of, you know, different vegetables and you want to use the vegetables to create your sigil, then you can eat it. Or you have maybe a cupcake and you want to draw it on, or whatever you want to do, and then eat the cupcake, or, you know, get creative. So something to do with food, creating a sigil and then eating it. Also, another one is, I love these candles. When I do this type of intention setting, I don't know if you can see these candles, but they're these little candles. And again, like, I would look for a color. So I have this light yellow. There's a whole bunch of colors in here, but because 9 is gold, I would go with like a yellow candle. And you can take, you know, something like a little knife, or I don't know, a toothpick, whatever works, and draw something, you know, your sigil on here. And then you burn it. And then another thing that's really fun is like taking a pen, and again, pay attention to color, right? So I have all kinds of different colored pens, and you can actually write it on your skin. So write it on your hand and let it fade over time. So that's another good one. So it's just seriously all about being creative. You know, don't overthink it, have fun with it, and see what comes up. Because when we work with symbols and colors and numbers, stuff like this, it really helps us connect intuitively to ourselves, and things come forward that you might be surprised about, like what, you know, something you might not have thought of, but at the end of the experiment makes so much sense. So anyways, that's my little sharing. Hope you enjoyed. Wishing you all a wonderful new year, and I'll be seeing you soon. Thank you.